Award-winning veteran photographer Dr Peter Magubane will be laid to rest in a special provincial funeral in Johannesburg today. The legendary lensman, who passed away on New Year's Day, has been praised for his passion to capture iconic images during the struggle for freedom. His body of work includes the coverage of the June 16 student uprising, which earned him global recognition. President Cyril Ramaphosa is set to deliver the eulogy at the funeral later today. We're watching the story from a number of vantage points. Our reporter Zola Sholwana is at the Bryanston Methodist Church, but we begin with Nqobile Madlala, who's at the family home for us in Soweto. And Nqobile, the ANC having a very clear and visible presence there. One wonders how they're hoping this legendary lensman will be remembered.
Well, I can tell you that the family will remember him really for his body of work. In fact, even his friends have called him the freedom fighter, saying that his work was one that mobilized the outside community to be able to see what was really happening in South Africa. This is his home. His family at this very moment still inside, of course, mourning. It's not an easy day for them. It's difficult. We are expecting to see them leaving the home at about 7:45, which we understand that they are going to be making their way to the ceremony, which will start at about 9 o'clock. Of course, the activity mostly inside, as the family still just trying to get to terms with everything that has happened. I want to bring in now a friend and a manager that has known him for quite some time. Tell me about the memories that you'll remember about him.
There's so many wonderful memories of us traveling all over the world and throughout South Africa, documenting the cultures and other social issues. Wonderful, wonderful memories. So many.
Tell me one that sparks up when you think about him.
Oh, just his amazing sense of humor. And when we used to, he loved his strawberry milkshakes. And on Friday we used to go to his son's place in Diepkloof on Friday after a long week of work. And we'd get some Kentucky and sit and relax and chill, and he'd catch up with his family. And those were very special. Was a Friday, we used to say, and off we'd go to Diepkloof, and we'd sit with Ulinda Magubane and enjoy the afternoon, and he'd catch up with his family.
As a person that was working, I can imagine it was very difficult in the time that he started his work. How difficult was it for you to work with him at the time?
Obviously it was in the transition to democracy, and he was already at iconic status when I started with him. We revered him, we cherished the moments with him, we learned from him. He was a mentor to all of us coming up in the industry, and he always had time for people. Just be serious with him and don't waste his time. He was very strict, a complete disciplinarian, but also a very wonderful sense of humor. Yeah.
And I mean, I understand now it's the last day. He's going to be laid to rest. Take me through the emotions you're going through right now.
It's amazing. It's a shock, obviously. He was such a strong and resilient man, but it's time to send him on his way, for him to rest in peace. He was a freedom fighter and a messenger of the truth, and he did his job remarkably well. And it's wonderful that he's receiving the provincial funeral today. Thoroughly deserves it, and it's going to be a wonderful send-off for Dr. Peter Magubane. Hambagahle Baba.
Thank you very much, sir, for speaking to us. Very close friend there, also a manager, speaking to us about what he remembers about Dr. Peter Magubane, just saying that hambagahle, so very difficult for many. You can just see the emotions that he's going through, but he will be remembered for the work that he has done, which has touched so many lives.
Absolutely. Nqobile Madlala is at the family home for us in Soweto. But Zola Sholwana is also watching the story. She's live to us now from the Bryanston Methodist Church. And with the president set to deliver the eulogy there, Zola, I imagine we're expecting several other high dignitaries or senior government officials, perhaps we should say.
Well, certainly, Ayanda, you would understand that during the memorial service that was held at Regina Mundi on Monday, we saw a number of dignitaries that came to, offer or rather pay their respects to the legendary Magubane, and we are also told that we should expect quite a number of dignitaries here at the church. Well, it's quite early, as you can see that preparations are underway, preparing for a service that's meant to start at around 9 o'clock. We are also expecting a number of veteran journalists that will be, paying tribute to someone they regarded as a father figure, as they described him at the memorial service, mentioning that he was not just a colleague, but someone that actually guided them. You'd understand that it was quite difficult for them to become photojournalists during the apartheid era. At some point, Mr. Magubane was even arrested and even banned from, being a photojournalist, but that did not actually stop him from pursuing his passion and also getting to show the world through the lens of what South Africa or particularly black people were actually, dealing with during that time. I mean, if it wasn't for him, the current generation wouldn't have known what had happened during the Soweto uprising. The famous picture of Hector Peterson that was captured by him, and also a number of pictures, and a lot of people have really been, praising him for that, saying that, we are, referring back to the history of South Africa because of people like him who are quite passionate about telling a story of what South Africa is. So, Ayanda, we are actually waiting, for people to start making their way any time from now, and the service is expected to start at 9 o'clock here at the Bryanston Methodist Church. Back to you.
All right, Zola Sholwana, thanks very much indeed. Zola's live to us there in Bryanston. Once again, Nqobile Madlala watching developments from outside the Magubane family home in Soweto.